I want to welcome you, members of the press, for this short press briefing. I have been reliably informed that some weeks back, the 4 commissioners of Parliament received the second service award of 400 million shillings each. The 4 commissioners, as we know them, the Honorable Solomon Ssenyonyi, the Honorable Esther Afoychan, the Honorable Prosi Akampulira Mbabazi, and the Honorable Matthias Mpuuga. This money was apparently intended to see them through the campaigns. And to avoid a paper trail, this money was received through the parliamentary circle. Now, these people, through their agents, have been recently, and specifically last week, been spreading propaganda that I also received a service award. Some of you probably saw those things. Now, this is completely false. And it is meant to be a cover-up for this second service award that the commissioners gave themselves. Look, even if they sent any such money to my account, I will direct my bank with immediacy to return that money to the sender. Why? Because such under-the-table money is illegal, it is irregular. This is a point that I have made severally. As we have said time and again, if any of these commissioners want to be awarded, and I've heard some of them say former leaders have been awarded, former vice presidents, prime ministers, and so on, let them bring an amendment to the law. We have a law called Emoluments and Benefits of the President, Vice President, and Prime Minister. When those people leave office, there are benefits which they get. So if any of these commissioners want to also receive some kind of benefit, why don't they bring an amendment to that law so that we debate it publicly, as opposed to doing things surreptitiously and under the table? You see also, the former leaders that they keep referring to did not sit among themselves and decide to give themselves money, as these commissioners keep doing. That's one difference. This is a law that was passed in 2010 by the then Parliament, the Emoluments and Benefits of the President, Vice President, and Prime Minister. But also, the awards received by these former leaders were received after they left office, not when they were still serving, like these commissioners keep doing. And you see, that's why even media houses are being hounded out of Parliament today, because of the many ills that keep happening here. When we talked about the First Service Award and the corruption here at Parliament, I know for a fact some media houses were threatened, some staff of Parliament were threatened because they were thought to be the ones giving this information to us. And this continues to happen. My point has always been, if you are doing the right thing, then you'll have no reason to hound the media and even some staff of Parliament. Just do the right thing, and you'll not have any problem with the media, as we are seeing. NTV, Daily Monitor is the latest victim. We don't know which media house might be next. Why? Because the media keeps exposing the ills that are happening among leaders. Just do the right thing, and you'll not have a problem with the media, you'll not have a problem with some of your staff, because I know for a fact that some staff have been threatened severally for dismissal, and some even worse, have been threatened to be harmed, because they are thought to be the ones who keep availing this information to us. Obviously, we get it from reliable sources, and that's why it is credible. But we condemn, again, this behavior. Previously, I wrote to the IGG, then the Honorable Betty Kamya, after the First Service Award and the corruption that was happening here at Parliament, and she promised that she will come and investigate. She never did. So I'm not going to write to the IGG again, the current one, because I know for a fact they will not investigate these matters. They will not pick interest. But it's important that we are accountable to the people of Uganda. My duty here is to keep the government in check. How do I do it? When there is an ill happening, I'll expose it so that the public knows. It's important. Ultimately, we are accountable to the people of Uganda. So if I write to the IGG and there is no response, I will inform the people of Uganda, because the buck stops with them. Thank you. Kambize mu Luganda, then we'll take the questions. Up until now, it's coming to 2 years since I joined the commission as leader of the opposition. I've not sat in a single meeting of the commission, not one. When I continuously talked about this, there was a time they sent me an invitation when they knew I was out of town on official duty. So the invitation came in the middle of the night, saying, come tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for a commission meeting. They knew I was out of town, and there was no way I was going to come hurriedly for that commission meeting. So that's the time they have sent me an invitation, because I'm sure they might share around a certain event and say, but we invited the LoP here. Yeah, that 1 or 2 times, they did it deliberately that way. You don't send somebody an invitation in the night and say, come tomorrow morning. Not for a commission meeting, surely. Even other meetings are better organized. How about a commission meeting? You're supposed to inform members prior. Except when there's an emergency, and there's never such a thing here, like an emergency, that some disaster has happened, so we need to have a meeting now in the next 30 minutes. No, these things are properly programmed. You're supposed to inform members at the bare minimum 7 days to the meeting. But that does not happen. Are there benefits? Yes, by virtue of being leader of the opposition, there are benefits that accrue to that. I've got security, I've got an official car, you know, there's, yes, those benefits. And that's been my quarrel with colleagues, yeah? By virtue of the office that you occupy, you get extra benefits in comparison to the other members of parliament. Why don't you settle with that? Why is it not adequate for you that now you have to still sit quietly and give yourselves more money that is outside of your benefits of the office? That's my challenge. Because, yes, as people who occupy these offices, yes, there are those extra benefits. You know, just like ministers, for example, and so on and so forth. Yes, there are those extra benefits. And my issue has been, why don't they suffice? That in addition to these extra benefits that I get, which other MPs don't get, you still sit and you give yourselves extra money, which you're calling a service award, not once, but twice now. It is wrong. What makes my claim factual? You see, the media here, especially over such a serious matter, and I'm not sure about what I am saying. Never. By the time I out something, I say something, it's because I've taken time to be sure of this. So I didn't get this information this morning or even yesterday. A while back, but I took time to be sure this is factual before I can talk about it. And that's why all the issues that I've said, do you remember when, with the first service award, they first denied, as you all saw. But eventually they said, okay, we received the money, but we received it through the proper channels. Do you remember when we told the nation about the 100 million shilling saga? Members of parliament said, LoP Ssenyonyi, you keep saying these things to make parliament look bad. We are even taking you to court personally. Some members said they were going to take me to court personally. I said, okay, I'm waiting. But eventually, even the one who gave them the money came out and conceded as such. So even about the second service award, they probably will first come out and deny. Wait. But yes, the truth always comes out. And this is factual. okubiddamu bino mu Luganda. Why do you give us information after it has happened? Why not give us what's in the pipeline? I thought he was around when I was saying they don't invite me to the meetings where they take these decisions. So I can only find out after the meetings have happened. So I'm not some kind of foreteller that now I can sit here and I foretell that in 2 months down the road there will be a commission meeting which will decide this and so on. I don't have those spiritual powers, Mr. Chisitu. But at least what will happen, yes, when I get to know, I do communicate. I wish, and that's why I keep, wondering why and pushing to sit in those meetings. Because then there I would probably in that meeting say, no, this is wrong, let's not pass this. This is problematic. But that's the very reason they don't invite me to the meetings, because they know I'll say no to this on record. Namayo, this is something that I have. Nfunye amawulire okuva mu nsonda enekusifu wano mu parliament nti ba commissioners ba parliament abana bazeemu okwewa akasiimo ke bayita service award nga akaluli era nga buli omu mu weeks eziwedde kwaba abana yafunye miliyoni 4. Guno mulundi gwa kubiri nga bakola ekintu kino. Ba commissioner abana kuliko Honorable Solomon Silwanyi, Honorable Esther Afoyechan, Honorable Prosia Kampulira ne Honorable Matthias Mpuuga. Sente zino zabaweebwa mbu zibayambe okuyita mu kalulu ketugendamu campaigns n'ebirala. Era sente zino zayisibwa mu saako eya parliament. Ogezaawo okulaba nti tewaliwo ka paper trail kwe kuziisa mu saako ya parliament. Abakulembeze bano nga bayita mu bantu baabwe wiiki ewedde babadde basaasaanya kalebule kunze nga bagamba abamu kumwe mubirabi nti Ssenyonyi naye bamuwadde akasiimo simanya miliyoni 605 ow'ekibwe zityo. Okusookera ddala kino si kituufu nti nina akasiimo ke naweereddwa era nzize empakanya embeera zino era nkyaziwakanya. Era kekanaabatanda sente zino ne bazisindika ku akaunti yange kuba buli kanaku nkebera akaunti okulaba nti tebazikanyugayo nga sitegedde. Kenzirabirayo nti bazikanyuzeeyo njagamba banka yange muzizzeeyo gye zavudde kubanga sente zino nkyamu. Kyovudula bazikola wansi wa mmeeza. Era ekyokunteekako kalebule ono bagezaako kubikkirira service award eno ey'okubiri gye beewadde. Tuze tukyogera nti ba commissioners bano era kuba baze bakyogera nti abakulembeze abalala prime minister bw'awummula aweebwa akasiimo. Nabagamba era nkyabagamba abakulembeze bannange oba mulina akasiimo ke mwagala muleete ennongoosereza mu tteeka. Waliwo etteeka eryayisibwa mu 2010 parliament yaliwo mu kaseera ako liyitibwa Emoluments and Benefits of the President, Vice President and Prime Minister Act. Era etteeka eryo lye bayitamu okuwa benefits n'ebirala abaali abakulembeze. Kakati gwe commissioner bw'oba naawe kyoyagala leeta ennongoosereza mu tteeka tubiteeseeko mu lwatu. Lwaki mubikola mu nkukutu nga bwe mukola? Ate n'ekirala ekyenjawulo nti bano abakulembeze abaaliwo prime minister n'abalala bafuna akasiimo n'ebirala tebaatuula bo nga bo ne beegabira nti kakati katukole bwe tuti. Byonna byayita mu mateeka. Ate n'ekirala nti akasiimo sente zonna ze baafuna byonna babifunye nga bavudde mu bukulembeze singa bakyali mu ofiisi nga bano ba commissioner bye bakola buli kiseera. Ensangi zino mulaba bannamawulire babagobaganya naddala wano ku parliament. NTV ne Daily Monitor bagobeddwa wano. Tetumanyi media house ki gye bazzaako. Ku lwaki? Ku lw'ebikyamu ebikolebwa abakulembeze. Bw'oba nga byokola ng'omukulembeze bituufu oba tulina kweraliikirira bannamawulire oba abakozi, kubanga era mbiwulira waliwo abakozi aba parliament be bazze batiisatiisa okuviira ddala saabisa waade yasooka n'ebyali bigenda mu maaso mu parliament nga batiisatiisa obbagoba oba n'okubakolako obukyamu nti be batuwa information eno. Kwekola bukozi kituufu oba tojja kuba na buzibu n'omuntu yenna oba munnamawulire oba ba staff aba parliament. Neyanziza. Yes, somebody said